All right, folks, here we go again with Lichtlaerm audio. Today we are proud because this does not happen for me very often, by the way. Not too often companies put something in my hands before it actually comes out. And this right here, I still don't know if Daniel was messing with me, if it was a complete accident that I ended up leaving him with this. But today, it is up on the website. You can go check it out. This, to me, is I'm not good with the time pedals, the effects and stuff. I'm just not good with them. So I am not going to do this pedal any kind of justice. You're going to see it from an idiot's point of view, which I don't know if that's good or bad. We'll find out. But anyway, this is the brand new pedal called the As Above, So Below. Essentially, it adds a goofy reverb with an octave up and an octave down, depending on where you put it. And you can run them both at the same time. You can run an octave down, octave up, plus the octave you're playing, which is 3 octaves, just bouncing around at random. It's it's pretty cool. You can choose whether to have your trails on or off. And you have a freeze button. If you stand on that, it just doesn't stop. It will go forever. I held it for 8 minutes, and the old lady finally came in and said, "Stop it." I did not win that argument, by the way. All right, so we have the As Above, So Below. That is going into the Prometheus. Yes, I know a lot of people are like, where's your demo on the Prometheus? It's the funny thing about the demo of the Prometheus. I'm going to demo it, but I'm trying to figure out how to do it my own way because there's so many videos out on it so far. It's an amazing amp. There's a few people out there that just didn't get it, but there are also people you see use modelers a lot, so everything to them's a fucking preset. Yeah, that's the thing. It's an amazing amp. It really is. It's good. It's worth the money. Just gonna put that out there. No, he didn't give that to me to make me say that. I actually buy my stuff, or at least pay cost or whatever. Sometimes I pay for it. Sometimes I get a deal. I'm not gonna sit here and try to lie to you and go, I pay full price for everything. No, I don't. I would not have this stuff and the stuff on that wall and the stuff on that wall if I had to pay for everything. But I also make videos and I use this stuff more than just once. Most of your reviewers use something, you never see it again. I use stuff all the time, so I'm different. I do this as a hobby. It's not a job. With that said, subscribe, assholes. Using an E2 8-string from ESP, going through my Arachnid cab. It's all being captured with, yes, I'm doing y'all a solid because you asked, an SM57. Even though I am not a fan. I like my Sennheisers, but y'all asked, we got it. So we're going to break down into this thing. I'm going to turn it here towards myself so I can read it because I really don't know what I'm doing here, to be quite frankly honest with you. So this you can't, I'm using it straight through the front because this chaos to put something in an effects loop is a huge pain in the dick. So you can run it through your effects loop. You can also run it with an expression pedal and no idea what RMP stands for. I don't know. Raging Menopause? I don't know. Maybe some German shit, I don't know. But yeah. So you have controls, which because there's no write-up on it yet, I have no idea what it is. We have one that's called X, one that's called Y. And I would have giggled if the next one was Z, but it's not. It's Decay. Next level is level. Then you have your mix, and you have your dampen. You have your above, your below, and both. And you have trails on and off. And then you have your bypass switch to turn it on and off. And you have your freeze pedal, which, if you want to annoy somebody, find a filthy sound and just step on that and go have a beer at the bar or something and just drive people fucking crazy. Because it doesn't quit. It will go forever. Or at least 8 minutes. Alright. So this is what I'm thinking that these knobs do. X, I'm thinking, is kind of going to be like your amount of the reverb washy delay thing that gets added into it. And then the Y is kind of like your ethereal part of it that kind of makes it very modulated, and you can kind of hear that chime in the background, or when it's in the low you can hear the bassy roll I actually, at one point last night, was just hitting my strings. It sounded like thunder cracking, like it was a massive storm. It's a lot of fun. I just don't know what the hell it does. So I'm just going to turn the knobs. Y'all can figure out what it does. All right. So we're going to put everything in the middle just for the sake of probably screwing up what I'm supposed to be doing with this. But everything's in the middle. So what we're going to do with the X, and we're going to run it on both, above and below. And we're going to turn the trails off just so I don't have to sit here and wait for that thing to fucking die. But everything's in the middle, and we're going to turn the X back and up. And then we'll get back and see what we think about it from there. All right, here we go. That definitely opens up a massive wash of reverb and maybe a little chorus. It washes hard. And even without trails on and stuff, that thing still has some go to it. She's got some legs. All right, next will be the Y. Again, gonna hit it in the middle, turn it all the way back, work our way back up to full. All right, so now we got the decay. So when you talk decay, like that's the way it fades out as you heard it. It's almost like the decay on a noise gate. So that's what I'm thinking. The more you turn it up, the more it's going to open up. But we'll see. Let's play with the decay. Decay. Fuck's sake. It'll go. And go. And go. And go. And I was right. When I turned all the way to the left, it's kind of gating itself up. And as you let that decay go, you add longer time to your decay, and it just keeps going. Sort of like with a noise gate. Like if you want to have that staccato, you crank it all the way down. If you want to open, so you play like solos and stuff, you turn your decay up, right? Kind of the same thing. So before we move to the bottom, just out of curiosity, let's turn all three of these down to nothing, and then we're going to turn all three of those to full Chinese overdrive. Here we go. We're not going to turn the decay all the way up because you can't hear nothing. So let's see how far we can turn it up where you can start to hear notes again. All right, here we go. All right, so about halfway up, you can still get note definition out of that. So let's go back to the halfway point on everything. And the next in line will be the level. I actually like how that level works because sometimes like you use a level like with an overdrive or with a delay or with a reverb, it really sends either a high wash or it pulls a wash out. This one's very subtle. Like if you just need it, it's almost like it opens it up more than it adds any volume or anything. It's very cool. So next we have the mix, which I'm gonna go with to the left. You're taking it out of the signal. To the right, you're putting it into the signal. Right now we're in the middle, so we're gonna dial it all the way down and work our way back up. You completely wash it right out. That is actually kind of cool. So you don't hear like the actual notes. You're just getting just the pedal by itself. Which, yeah, this seems a noisy son of a bitch. All right, so dampen. I'm thinking that's either gonna squish it or kick it open. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, Let's find out. All right, so that really doesn't do much. So I'm thinking that's going to be kind of interactive, maybe with the trails. Let's find out. So we're going to turn the trails on, see what happens. Yeah, so turn the trails back off because it doesn't really seem to be doing too much. So we're going to go do the above and below. Right now we have them both on. So we're going to go to the above, which is going to give it kind of like an octave up along with its, actual note. Here we go. Okay, so I played with the dampen a little bit there just because I'm curious what it was doing. It really wasn't doing much. Now I see where it comes into play. So when I had it on the above, when it's turned all the way back, it has like all the high frequencies kind of swimming. You turn that dampen up, and oddly enough, it dampens that swimming of the frequencies, and it becomes a little more of a steady, smooth going thing. So we're gonna put that back in the middle, and then we're gonna head over to the below. Get low. Again, the dampening works really good when you're messing around with the above and below. When it's in the both, I couldn't really tell any difference, but using just the above or just the below, it really does smooth everything out. So I'm going to leave that on there with it on the low, and I'm just going to see what kind of craziness we can get out of this thing. All right, here we go. so I'm horrible with timed effects and stuff in general. So go ahead, crucify me all you want. I did this with the gain on because that's how Daniel, when I was having a hard time, because I always think of timed effects as something I use when I play clean. But he told me to add filth to it and give her hell, so that's what I decided to do. He told me not to play super fast, to kind of play it very broodingly, do some single note stuff and some big wide open chords. And I did what I could. This thing is, I'm going to say, like, if shoegaze had an evil person hanging out in their friggin' mist, they would want this. Like, seriously. It's disgusting, but at the same time, adds a really different texture than I've ever had in this room. So, to say that it's just like something else, well, granted, I don't do a lot with timed effects and stuff, but I don't think I've ever had anything like this in my room before. It's completely different. I'm a thrash guy, so I'm going to go with, if I wasn't using that on the clean channel, I don't know if I'd actually use it, but who's to know? I could need a weird texture or something for a bridge, or to want to have a very atmospheric section, and this would work really good because it's very ethereal, and having that choice to go up or down or to have them both, that's just, it's giving you a whole lot. Now, at the time of recording this video, this has not even been spoken about, except for if you're one of them that know, they know. If you've been to guitar shows and stuff, he has had it at the guitar shows. But on the 9th, this will be released today. Yeah. And I really wish I knew what I was doing so I could do this better justice, because I really do love Daniel's products. He is taking stuff that no one would give a shit about and presenting it in a way that we all want to care. I mean, you're not really no one's really inventing a circuit anymore. Let's face it. People have been just building on and manipulating circuits that have been around forever. When you get something that's kind of left to center, at least when I do, my curious button gets struck, and I want to see what I can do with it. And I don't know. Maybe as more people get this and we see more videos on it, maybe someone will open up the sky for me and I'll see what they're doing with it and go, oh, I clearly had no knowledge of that would work or what to do with it. Now I do, and we'll revisit it. Yeah, but for right now, that is the best that my uneducated ass can do. I feel bad because I don't like to put anything out that I don't feel presents the product to the best of its ability. But I'm just kind of really lost on this one. It's interesting. But again, I'm not a timed effects guy. So, yeah. If you are a timed effects guy and you just don't like to buy pedals because you have the 5 pedals you've been playing forever, but you do YouTube videos or you do Instagram clips or TikTok clips, if you want to borrow this, reach out to me and I'll send it on tour. So that's probably the only way I'm going to be able to help Daniel, is to be able to share it with people that know what they're doing. Because I don't. I'm a fucking caveman, you know? I've been playing dum-dum riffs for a long fucking time. And this here, you gotta really tap into something that I just don't have in my bones. Not that I don't want to have them, I just don't know what to do with it, so, yeah. Any tips, tricks you can pass along to me, I'd enjoy it, because I'd love to revisit this pedal with knowledge and see what I can do with it from there. That would be fantastic. All right, well, my name is Sean Davis. Thanks to Gino Ames, they call me Truck Driver Sean because I drive a truck for a living. This is a hobby. If you want to support my hobby and my bad habits, I'm too old for my mom to support him anymore. You know, there's a special thanks down there. You can use it. Other than that, everything I do is free. I don't believe in doing the Patreon and stuff. I have a real job. All right, very cool. Subscribe. Catch you later. And again, if you have any ideas what to do with this thing, if you're the type of person that's really good with these type of pedals, and you're like, oh, I'd really love to try that, you know, get a hold of me. We'll work something out and get it out to you. Maybe I'll send it around a little bit, let people get their hands on it. All right, very cool. Thank you for stopping by, and can't wait to read the comment section. Oh my God, am I gonna get burnt like a motherfucker on this one? All right, very cool. I will catch you all in the next video. Well, whoever survived this, I will see you in the next video. All right.